What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Ross the Boss coming at you with an all-new Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. As you can see here, we are moving in against Slovakia and, of course, Hungary. But because we don't appear to have the right unit type, we are taking quite a bit of unnecessary, actions. And, of course, we are taking a little bit of extra attrition. We could move our industry to the Urals, giving us quite a bit. All we're doing is removing factories and putting them somewhere else, as far as I can tell, which will be fine. We are currently producing quite a bit of naval shipyards, and then of course we do have quite a bit of repairing to do. And part of me would like to just take over this province, only because we can. Amsterdam has grown very powerful from what it looks like. And do we have any extra tanks? We do not. Still working on those. We are missing equipment production. Let's go into our recruit and deploy. The reason why we don't have any tanks is because they are not finished training, and they don't appear to have enough equipment. Okay, you can move here, giving us a little bit more territory. I would like to take Hanover, though I'm not sure we're going to be able to take that in time. Once the Soviet Union capitulates, or excuse me, the German Reich capitulates, Italy will capitulate very quickly after. Though it looks like nationalist Spain and Italy have taken over the Suez Canal. And it looks like Turkey has found themselves captured. They are going to have a lot of attrition, going to be losing quite a bit of tanks. Ah, this is the German Reich, not even Turkey. Let us go ahead, try to capture some more ports. Moving closer and closer to Ankara. And here we are, getting a new naval base, which should give us a lot more infrastructure, which should give us a lot more supply. Let's start moving into Ankara. Okay, all 24 of these units. What I really would want to do now is just delete all of these lines. They are really just ridiculous. How much stuff we have compiled up. Okay, these 9 units can stay up here. These 14 don't need you, and don't need you. So let us go ahead with these 14, create a new front line. Something like so. Create an offensive line. Try to take this river and some mountains. These 24 can go ahead, create a front line here. And my entire goal is to just take all of this land. Though it's going to be very challenging. These 16 are going to create a front line here. And then create an offensive line on Istanbul. Start to attack Turkey and Bulgaria from the back line. These 24 can probably create a small front line here. Begin an offensive line on Budapest, and I believe this is Budapest. Or we've already taken it. These 24 units can once again create a front line here. Defend what we can. It's going to be a very long and very bloody front line. These 24 can once again create a front line here. Whoops, not the correct icon I was looking for. Can create a front line here. And then an offensive line through the rest of Romania. And these 12 units are going to want to create a front line here. And then move on into Bulgaria. Do you have any planes that can be of assistance? We obviously do. Somewhere. I think what's happening is we are confiscating a variety of extra units. It appears we don't have any fighters. Very sad. Let us bring in some strategic bombers. Put them all in the Eastern Balkans. And air superiority is what we are going for. If we look at our production lines, is it possible to create any more? We do need fighters. And we really do need some additional close air support. It's going to be very expensive, though, especially with a lot of stuff that we don't have. A lot of resources that we don't own. They are taking attrition, so we might as well attack what we can. Looks like the German Reich does actually have a front line here. So if we could somehow take this province, we should be able to isolate these units. Hopefully. We'll see if this works out at all. Okay, now all of these units should be taking attrition, which is nice to see. They won't be able to resupply at all. Okay, nice to see. We are about to move in on Ankara, and now we own Ankara. You move here, you move here. We really need to work on a lot of these lines as well. How is the rest of the world looking? Not too shabby. We are still waiting for our light tanks to be finished. Our heavy tanks. 23 days. Finally, we could use all of this army experience. Let's move all of these units over. You here. All of you can move in as well. Across the river. And just like that, gaining a bunch of new territory. Hopefully we could take over the city of Leipzig. We can see we have a variety of Russian bombers. It was so easy to take Germany, but I guess all of their forces here were on the Western Front. And Leipzig is about to be ours. If we look at our construction map mode, we are now finished with most of our major products, so might as well continue to go ahead and build as many naval factories as we can, only because I do suspect we're going to be pumping out a lot of battleships fairly quickly. And not too much we could put on this front, unfortunately. Going into construction map mode, we are going to shift-click all of these to the top, because all of these infrastructures and repairs will be repaired automatically, so there's no need to spend civilian factories on them. easily annihilating whatever division this is. And we should have some tanks and some extra units very soon. We have 12 extra units that have not been put to good use. So we might as well send them down to Istanbul. If we even can. All of these units are still taking attrition. Might as well put a little bit of hurt on them. You can attack. You can attack. If we could somehow surround these troops and overwhelm them, it'd be nice not to have to deal with all of these heavy tanks and infantry in our back line. Ah, looks like this is now part of the Axis, so all of the Suez can be ripe for the picking. Looks like we did lose a very small province. Might as well fix that up as quickly as we can. This tank can move here. You two can move here. We have finally unlocked a brand new tank. Let us go ahead and go into our production map mode. Try to find this heavy tank. Produce a variant. I would like to improve the reliability as much as possible. Some armor could be quite nice. Some engine speed isn't necessary. Main guns. Armor. Main gun. Our reliability should be plus 16%. 19.5 armor. 12 hard attack. 2.5 soft attack. The speed has gone down. We do have the ability to improve this a little bit more. And for 450 experience, we now have the ISA. Heavy Tank 3. So much more is powerful. I keep pressing the wrong button. Here we are, ISA. Making 1.10 every day. Not that powerful. Or, excuse me, not that much efficiency. But that should change very soon. We have the ability to unlock a new research slot, most likely going to be getting another land doctrine. Let's go with infantry combat with. Oh, and I'm curious, very soon we should be able to get a new industry. 1943. A lot of these units are without orders. We'll need to fix this very soon. And once again, let us unlock some new research slots. We do have the ability to unlock better mountain infantry, and I believe we will. Looks like there's quite a bit of Axis units. Preparing to attack Mongolia, which means we are going to need quite a few units here as well. Let's begin producing more units once again. Training 12. And we are going to have them all meet up in the province of Kizladora. We do have the units now, so I might as well produce them. Whoops. Is it even possible to deploy? Does not have any deployment ready to deploy. That's very sad. I'm curious if, I wonder when this is able to be approved. Probably over 25% or something crazy. Okay, all of these units. I want to go ahead and end Slovakia. This has been taking a very long time. I just want this to be over. All of you can continue to move down to their capital. And any minute, we should have a brand new capital. Boom, taken. I'm hoping Slovakia will capitulate. And Slovakia has capitulated, which is great news indeed. It looks like we have so many units that just don't appear to have any actual orders, which is just so sad. Where's our red units? Take whatever we can. Well, I feel kind of silly. That's the reason why it hasn't been working, because we never actually executed our plans. I don't think we need all of these blue units up here, though. Move industry to the Urals. Now let's unlock the defense of Moscow. Why can't we do this? You don't meet the requirements. More than 10% surrender progress. That is why. We are slowly moving towards Istanbul, as far as I'm concerned. Are we able to produce more units along these borders? I am going to deploy all of these units. I realize they are most likely going to die, but we are going to try my best to create a front line as much as we can. Ah, because it is controlled by Legionary Romania. Well, let's send all of our units over, give them some sort of general. These units are going to get absolutely demolished. Negative 25% modifier and combat. Once again, we have free dockyards. Let's begin trying to produce another battleship. And we are only going to be producing one. No national focus once again. I would like to unlock... looks like we're pretty much done. I don't think I want to do war with Japan. I could do permanent revolution. No, I cannot. There's really nothing else. So, I think we're going to unlock air production. Moving the cost to diminish drastically. Now, I am at war with Japan. I could go ahead and start moving in some of these units. Well, at least I think I'm at war with Japan. And we do own Ankara, of course. All 12 of these units are finally making their way towards Istanbul. I'm hoping that Turkey will capitulate fairly soon. Well, this is a very nice Soviet Union to watch and to see. once again deploy our units. We have the ability to finally deploy our mountaineers. Whoops. Does not have deployment ready to deploy. That doesn't make sense. Turkey has capitulated. No location set. Let us put them in somewhere down here towards the British Raj. All of you can join Turkey and Iran. Create some sort of front line, preferably here. Well, now that Turkey has capitulated, I guess we'll take over whatever's left. All of you can move here, you can move here, you all here. All of you can now create a new front line. Not even sure where these units... Do they have an army division? They do not. Okay. Create a front line. All the way down to Albania. This is going to be very bloody. We'll see what this looks like. And into Corfu, assuming that Italy owns it, and they do. We'll do something like this. Add a general, of course. Turkey finally about to fall. And now we are looking for all 24 of our units. Let us create a new front line after deleting these. And a new offensive line. And go ahead, add as many divisions as we can, and send them to deal with our new threat. These 23 have the ability to go here, 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 and here. These 13 are all tanks. We'll move you into Western Europe. Now these 13 can make their way towards the final push into Greece. Actually, I think what we'll do is we will delete this. Assuming that I didn't even produce that. We're going to actually send you here, create a front line. Assist taking the Suez. And move into these provinces as quickly as possible. Alright, so here we stand. Gonna have to go ahead, pause the game here, and put a cut in. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have an awesome day, and I will see you in our next adventure.